Please take that document and open page 12. Page 12. Verification class. Okay. I aspire for my body to be as pure as incense burner. I aspire for my mind to be like the light of the wisdom. With every soul, I love this essence of the discipline and meditation to dedicate myself to the past, present, and future Buddhas of the 10 directions. Page 13, Veneration of Three Creatures. Some more. I wholeheartedly take refuge in the Buddhas, who eternally dwell in the lands of the 10 directions. I wholeheartedly take refuge in the Dharma, the teachings which eternally exist in the lands of the 10 directions. I wholeheartedly take refuge in the Sangha, the community which eternally exists in the lands of the 10 directions. Page 14, welcoming the Buddha in 3 verses. Sambujo. We deliberately call upon Amida Buddha, the world honored one, to enter this sacred place. We deliberately call upon Shakyamuni Tathagata, the enlightened one, to enter this sacred place. We deliberately call upon the Tathagata Buddhas of the 10 directions to enter this sacred place. Page 15, verse of repentance, Sangye. Rasate Chi Now you can do page 16. 先端ステーション無念物。Please put your hand together in the show and carry your mind to Amida Buddha and your ancestor or your Buddha. Let us recite. Namu Amida Buddha.
「You truly the Buddha. By the power of the Buddha, you will be happy now and in the future without fail. The monk then recited a short verse. If your mind aligns with your vow to become a monk, it doesn't matter whether you renounce the world or continue your secular life. The next day, Sadaguni unexpectedly received an order to assume his father's position. He chose to follow the advice given in his dream. The emperor, upon hearing of this extraordinary event, instructed Sadaguni to recite Nembutsu for another 7 days and 7 nights at the Shinyodo temple, as an expression of gratitude to the Buddha for such a rare and wondrous occurrence. Thus, the tradition of the Ojuya service was established, combining the original 3 days and 3 nights of Sadaguni's practice with the additional 7 days and 7 nights of Nembutsu recitation, totaling 10 days and 10 nights. About 60 years later, the renowned Saint Yuso conducted a special Nembutsu service at Seiryo-do Hall in the Imperial Palace in Kyoto. The Emperor Motsuchi Mikado was deeply moved by the service and said to Saint Yuso, "Please tell me if you have any wish. I will grant you whatever you desire." The priest Yuso responded, "I do not need anything, for I have renounced worldly desires. However, I ask that the following practices be observed forever by the Jodo Buddhism. The Nembutsu service I conducted at Seiryo Hall and the Ojuya service for 10 days and 10 nights, which was born from the wondrous power of the Buddha at the Shinyodo temple. Today, in observing the Ojuya service, we the ministers and devotees join our palms together to pray with sincerity through our actions, words, and thoughts. No matter how small, we offer our deepest gratitude to Amida Buddha. Let us continue to recite the Nembutsu, and may we always be guided by Amida Buddha until our final hour. Presented on today, November 10th, 2024. Page 17, 開教。不祥人事によこ百千万語南総具大天門時中時断言如来The first profound and wondrous Dharma teachings, even after 100,000 million eons is difficult to encounter, we now hear, receive, and uphold it. May we understand the true message of the Tathagata Buddha. Page 18, 姿勢。不説無明儒教感情姿勢芸が門調整願一度の死が満足せるの所影がおるの不来世 不祥無才道少女三九女同妻主役南海一円熱し今後安永即小悪の津田自然十問九所上万度いおろじの日が主従き天皇無限一週会合造法制九六を上皇大主従説法しし空用一切有職修道音願念秩序満徳三害を両仏無下地通達理空所願学営理同志最小尊志願や国家大戦後感動国書天人道具治療権ページ23本税で伊田本税が大きな国式を調査とエコ即書文書式阿弥陀 Buddha's original vows are the essential gate to the pure land of ultimate bliss. May this merit be transferred equally to enable us to immediately attain birth in the pure land. 武州最高阿弥陀如来上等小学高大寺音小10年ナムアミダムナムアミダムナムアミダムナムアミダナムアミダムナムアミダム24省略の法名返上自公世界年齢史上摂取者 The infinite light of Amida Buddha illuminates the 10 directions of the world, and those who call upon his name shall be received and never abandoned. 念仏一へ devoted calls of Amida Buddha's name. Amida Amida of the great compassionate vows, Amida Buddha, the dispatcher and founder of the teachings, Shakyamuni Buddha, all the Buddhas, as many as the sons of the Ganges, in the 6 directions, Kannon, Seishi, all the great bodhisattvas, the world assemblies of ultimate bliss, the beings of the pure and great oceans, and the 3 treasures and the great compassion of Amida Buddha. May there be harmony below the heavens with the sun and the moon shining brightly. May the wind and rain be timely and disaster and calamity not arise. May nations be bountiful for people's sake and armies and weapons not to be used. Let us revere virtue and humanity and cultivate respect and humility. Our High Patriarch Komyo, the Great Master Shandao, our founders, the Great Master Enko, Tozen, Ejo, Okaku, Jikyo, Ensho, Wajun, Horidashi, Honsho, the Second Patriarch National Teacher, Daisho, Shoyu, Shoko, Shoyu, the Third Patriarch, the Recording and Meditation Master, Kishu, Rocho, Shoyu, the light of transmitting the pure teachings of the 3 countries, and all the great patriarchs by realizing the compassionate blessings of Amida Buddha. The founding master of our temples, the discoverer, and all the priests who serve this temple with a great practice will achieve perfect enlightenment to return to this world from the pure land to guide us again. We again offer my prayers to my teachers and ministers, to my father and mother, to all the temple members, donors, and all living beings with whom I have karmic connections. May all those who are living experience joy, prosperity, and longevity without limit. May those who have died escape from suffering and presently born into the pure light. We pray for the peace and stability of our temple and for complete affinity with the past. May we be completely free of hindrances and cultivate our practice of the Buddhist path. Since the founding of this temple, to all the members, the daily and monthly memory tablets, the recently deceased, those in the intermediate stage of existence, and to all spirits, may we cultivate virtuous merit so that they may be enlightened. We bow here with the virtues accumulated from this place of practice to transfer our merit to our beloved ones for their happiness and achievement of enlightenment. Page 26. 総栄光で。願にしくどく、平等聖最後、主母大師、往生安楽公有。We aspire for these merits and virtues to be equally bestowed upon all. And may we together develop the aspiration for enlightenment to achieve birth in the pure land of peace and bliss. 10年, please put your hands together in Gassho and recite Namu Amidani 10 times together. 10年. Namu Amidani, Namu Amidani, Namu Amidani. First of the universal words, 双眼言。主上変世願道、本能変世願断、本理人世願知。
However, in no religion are honestly about to extinguish them all. However, in major of the Buddhist teaching I honestly about to comprehend them all. However, in combining enlightenment, I honestly about to attain it by all means. I sincerely wish to share the blessing with all beings. Thus, we are more into the pure and more ultimate bliss to achieve the way of the Buddha. Offering of three prostration to Amida Buddha, Sansoda.
Good morning, and thank you very much for coming to our very special service called Ojuya. As I said in the invocation, Ojuya means 10 days and 10 nights. This was started by Thailand Sadakuni around 600 years ago. and he was a devout believer, and he wanted to become a monk. And he stayed in a Shinto temple for 3 days and for 3 nights. And then Buddha coming to appear and said that it doesn't matter because you are already devout believer. You don't need to be in a secular world, and you don't need to become a monk. And on the next day, he actually received an order by the emperor that you take over his father's position, regent. And so he actually, because of the dream, followed the direction, and then he became a regent. And this became known by the emperor, and emperor encouraged him, why don't you continue the Renbutsu for 7 more days and 7 more nights? And then he continued Renbutsu for total of 10 days and 10 nights. And this was actually why 10 days, and because good thing in this world for 10 days is much better than doing the good thing for 1,000 years in the pure. So in this world, actually to do good things, even 10 days is such a very miraculous thing. It's much superior than doing good for over 1,000 years in the pure. So that's Renbutsu for 10 days is superior, good, ultimately good. So that's why he did. And then later, one of the very famous disciples of the Jodo Buddhism, Saint Yuso, he actually did observe the 10 days, and he was asked, what is a wish? What do you want by the emperor? And then the priest Yuso answered, I don't want anything. I don't need anything, and I just want this 10-day service, be observed by Jodoshu, forever. And that's how this tradition continued today. Also, today's service only 30 minutes, 10 days and 10 nights, but still very meaningful to recite Renbutsu. Even one time, it's very beneficial. And during the service, as a tradition, we do the Japanese called Hyakumikuyo. Hyakumikuyo means that offering of 100 tastes, offering of various tastes. Because this is autumn, this is fall, it's a time of harvest. So once a year, harvest time, we show our great gratitude to the Buddha, or according to the Japanese tradition, to the God, the various God, show the appreciation for the harvest. And so this was actually combined with the Ojuya service, and during the service that we actually offer various kinds, 100 tastes of the 100 kinds of the offering to the Buddha, and after the service, we actually share. And then when I was here over 20 years ago, I came here in August 29, 97, and I stayed until 99 December. So over 2 years I was here. And the other time, Ojuya service, members brought up fruits, not only sweets and snacks, but also various rice, vegetables. And so after the service, we actually, share with attendants. But I don't know when it changed, but now the sweets bring and we exchange sweet and snack food. But I think this is good. So anyway, today I would like to share one of the teachings in accordance with the essential verb. This is from the words of Honen Shonin. And Honen Shonin says that there are 2 conditions in accordance with the essential verb, which expand on the attainment of verses of pure life. And so this means that there are 2 things that Amida Buddha would like to have, would like to hear. And then also there are 2 things that which are not in accordance with the essential verb. So there are actually 2 things that Amida Buddha doesn't like. And what are 2 things? Is that number 1 is is aspiration mind. And aspiration mind is actually not accordance with Amida Buddha's essential. But why? Aspiration mind is actually good for everybody, generally speaking. But Foundation says that there are two conditions that aspiration mind is actually not good. It's because if you rely on aspiration mind, the Amida Buddha's mind becomes secondary, and aspiration mind becomes top priority. And Amida's, our total reliance on Amida Buddha becomes secondary. So that's why aspiration mind you should keep aside. Because it is Amida's essential power to save us all. And we should rely on the essential power, not aspiration for the enlightenment. We can keep aside aspiration. And then second thing that Amida Buddha didn't like is that when we commit evil. So this is actually makes sense. Or when we do bad thing, Amida Buddha doesn't like. This is very normal that when we commit evil. So that's why committing evil that is not accordance with the essential one. Then Foundation will continue. What are two things, two conditions that Amida Buddha like? Amida Buddha love, or Amida Buddha it's accordance with Amida Buddha. And same thing, two conditions are actually same. And that number one is aspiration for enlightenment. That was for the not in accordance with Amida Buddha's vow, but he also mentioned that this aspiration for the enlightenment is also condition that in accordance with Amida's essential vow. That means that Amida Buddha like aspiration of mind. And then second thing is that when we commit evil, when we do the bad thing, also Amida Buddha like. So this is actually apparently confusing. But if we can explain a little by little, it's very clear that because aspiration, when we rely on aspiration or enlightenment, because it's very difficult to achieve. Enlightenment is very difficult. So by aspiration for the enlightenment, we realize automatically we cannot do this way. We automatically need total reliance on Amida. We naturally seek for Amida's power, Amida's saving. So that's why aspiration for enlightenment is good. And then why committing a bad thing, evil thing is good, Amida Buddha like is because by doing so we realize that our own foolishness and our own evil nature, and we realize that the only way that we can be saved is Amida's power, Amida's essential power to save us all. The only thing, by doing that bad thing and committing evil, we can realize that only way to be saved is Amida's essential power. That's why Amida two conditions are good, actually both good and both bad. So I think this is like the example that glass, half full, half empty. And suppose there is a glass, there is about half, empty and half full. And the expression half empty and half full are, quite different. It's about same side, but depending on your situation, this half can be full and can be empty. The truth is same. However, depending on our understanding and depending on our experience, we see the same truth but differently and express it differently. So in that manner, when we are in a bad situation or trouble or in a suffering situation or hardship, there must be a good understanding, positive understanding. And it is very important for us to be positive no matter how bad the situation, because the bad situation can be good depending on the different perspective. So this is what Foundation is saying. And because I don't watch TV and I only listen to the radio because we don't subscribe to any cable TV, so only the information I get is internet and cable radio, the Japanese language radio program, and I always listen. And yesterday I happened to listen to the sermon, the message by the Honbushin International. And I don't know what is Honbushin, but it's one of the branch mission by the Tenrikyo. So it's related to the God, Japanese God, Shintoism, derived, but it's a new religion. But they say that the emphasis is Kotodama, the spirits of the world, spirit of the world. Actually, the word, when we say something, the word itself has spirit. So when we say good words, we have good spirit, good outcome, and good income. And then when we say something negative, it's not good because the word itself has a power, Kotodama. So at the end of sermon, he says that, let's say, I'm wonderful, I'm wonderful, I'm wonderful. 自分は素晴らしい、自分は素晴らしい、素晴らしい。I think it's a good idea that we say by saying that we can have a positive vibe and positive feeling and positive attitude. And this is actually not only for Honbushin, but I think this is so true that we have various things every day, and sometimes very depressive, and sometimes be negative. But by saying that, and we can be positive. And the same thing, Namu Amida Buddha is true. By saying Namu Amida Buddha always listen to us. And so the saying, not thinking, but saying Namu Amida Buddha is a very meaningful. And I'm sure that Amida Buddha listen, whatever we say. So let's say, positive words. And thank you so much for being here. Today is such a very busy day. We had a board meeting, and my daughter Sally is coming back from Japan from the school trip today. And then we have an online seminar in the evening. It's a big seminar, Jokushu Research Institute has a seminar evening. And then today, most importantly, my wife's birthday. What a busy. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. I would like to conclude this services. Namu Amida Buddhaです。如来大儀愛臨5年度小10年ナムアミダミダムアミダムダムアミダムダムアミダナミアミダムダムアミダムダムアミダムナムアミダナムアミダムズナムアミダム。Thank you very much. And then one more thing that today, November 10, is a Memorial Day for the Reverend Myoshun Hayashi. He was a minister before Jodo Mission, and he was a minister in Hiro, and then he served the Korowa Mission for 25 years at Korowa. And then he was retired and passed away November 10, 1977. And he has a daughter, Mrs. Yoko Oniuchi. She's an interpreter and translator, and she actually did a translation of anything for Jodo Buddhist texts. So anyway, thank you very much. And next week, Sunday, we have a regular 10 o'clock service. Please come, and then please enjoy our 100 taste offering. Thank you. Oh. And then, most important, we have a refreshment. Yeah? Curry rice and salad. No. Only.
Yes,
Okay. And also, I have a cake, small cake. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, please come. Yeah, whatever you can choose. Whatever you say.